What is up, traders and investors? Welcome back to the channel. Today we saw some absolutely wild moves in the market. We're talking a 30% explosive gain in dollar ISPR on earnings, a devastating 52% crater in dollar YMAT, and everything in between. If you missed today's action, you're in the right place because we're breaking down every top mover and the catalysts that moved them. So stick around as we dissect the 5 biggest gainers and 5 biggest losers from May 19, 2026. Let's get into it. Alright, let's set the scene for today. May 19, 2026 was an absolute roller coaster for micro-cap and small-cap stocks. We saw significant volatility across the board, with earnings announcements, strategic corporate moves, and sector rotations all playing a role. The market was heavily influenced by Q3 2026 earnings season, with several companies reporting results and providing forward guidance. Volume was elevated across most of our top movers today, suggesting strong conviction and institutional participation. This is exactly the kind of day where earnings catalysts, leadership changes, and M&A news can drive 3-digit percentage moves. Let's dive into who won and who lost today. Let's kick it off with our number one gainer, dollar ISPR. ISPR Technology. This stock absolutely exploded today, up 30.0%, closing at $2.10 on absolutely insane volume. We saw 789,573 shares trade at 24.6 times relative volume. That's massive. Why? ISPR reported Q3 2026 earnings today and beat expectations. When a micro-cap reports a solid earnings beat, especially one that moves the needle on revenue or profitability, you get these kinds of X. Below $1.50. Expect profit taking. Number 2. NEOV. NeoVolta. Up 26.2% at $2.02. This company had multiple catalysts today. First, they reported Q3 2026 results showing operational progress. Second, and this is critical, they announced a CFO appointment. Jing Nealis was appointed as CFO effective May 18, which signals leadership stability and potentially new strategic direction. Third catalyst, they announced increased ownership stake in ND. We could see a flush to $1.20. Number 3. PHOE. Phoenix Asia Holdings. Absolutely ripping today. Up 25.8% to $15.73 on 743,371 shares. But here's what's absolutely insane. Relative volume was 58.4x. That's off the charts buying pressure. What happened? Phoenix Asia announced they entered into a stock acquisition agreement. They're acquiring something significant. We don't have all the details yet, but M&A announcements in microcaps. ESP. Support. $12.50 on any weakness. Number 4. ADIL. ADIL Pharmaceuticals. Up 24.8% to $2.01 on 1.7 million shares. Relative volume 5.0x. Clean move. Why? ADIL reported Q1 EPS of -$1.48, which beat estimates of -$2.73. Yes, they're unprofitable, but they beat expectations by more than a $1.4. That's huge in the biotech space. Additionally, they filed a new U.S. patent for ADO4, a serotonin-related drug. Patent news plus E. REIC $1.50. Next support is $1.00. Number 5. $STEX. StreamX Corp. Up 19.2% to $1.18 on 2.4 million shares. This was a slower grind higher compared to the explosive moves we saw earlier. StreamX announced Q1 2026 financial results and provided shareholder updates. Additionally, they'll be presenting at the 21st Annual Needham Technology Conference, which suggests institutional interest volume of 2.4 million is solid. Relative volume of 1.3. We had some brutal sell-offs. Number 1 loser. $YMAT. J-Star. Down a devastating 52.4% at $0.67. We're talking about half the value evaporating in a single trading day. Volume was 3.5 million shares. This is a crash. What happened? The news headlines mention a distribution agreement signed with PSSB and a leadership return. Jonathan Chiang returning as chief. But here's the thing. Sometimes these positive catalysts actually mask underlying. Why until we see stabilization? Number 2 loser. LICN. LICN International. Down 33.7% at $2.50 on 2.16 million shares. They reported full-year EPS of negative $4.11, which is better than the prior year's negative $34.79. But it's still negative. Sales of $24.52 million don't seem to be enough to justify the stock price anymore. This looks like a reset lower. The company is unprofitable, has been losing money heavily, and finally, the market $1.50. We could see $1.00. Number 3 loser. AUUD. Audia. Down 30.4% at $1.65 on 5.37 million shares. This is significant volume. The headline mentions broader market weakness. The Dow tumbling 500 points. But also that Audia announced something. The headlines are fragmented. But this suggests the broader market sold off and AUUD got caught in the crossfire and had company-specific bad news. This is a stock that got double hit. Support. Low that. $1.00 is critical. Number 4 loser. HCWB. HCW Biologics. Down 23.9% at $1.02 on massive volume. 8.7 million shares. Wait. The headline says, why is HCW Biologics stock gaining today? But it's down 23.9%. Let me break this down. HCW Biologics secured a $7 million licensing deal with Trimune. That should be bullish, but the stock is down. This suggests the market was expecting a much larger deal. Or the terms are unfavorable. Or $0.75. Below that. $0.50. Number 5 loser. CISS. C3 is Inc. Down 20.8% at $2.51 on 580,203 shares. This is lower volume compared to other losers. News mentions the stock dropped 14% on Tuesday. And today it's down another 20.8%. That's a 30% plus 2-day crash. Q1 2026 earnings call highlights mention record growth, but clearly the market didn't like what they heard on the call. Maybe guidance was weak. Maybe margins compressed. Or maybe So what are we watching for tomorrow? Here are my key opportunities and things to monitor. FIRST. $ISPR. $NEOV. And $PHOE are our biggest gainers. These three will likely see profit taking tomorrow as traders lock in 25 to 30% gains. But here's the opportunity. If they hold their intraday support levels, they could continue higher. Watch for any pullback to the 61.8% Fibonacci level and buy the dip if the trend is intact. SECOND, $YMAT, $LICN, $AUUD, and $HCWB are in crash mode. Tomorrow, watch for dead cat bounces. Sometimes stocks down 20 to 50% in a day will bounce 10 to 20% the next day before continuing lower. These could be trade opportunities for short-term traders, but not long-term holds. THIRD. Watch the broader market. If the Dow that dropped 500 points continues to struggle, expect more selling in microcaps. Small cap stocks are the first to get hit in risk-off environments. FOURTH. Earnings season is heating up. Tomorrow we'll likely see more Q3 results. Watch for companies that beat expectations, not just meet them. That's where the real moves happen. FIFTH. Monitor insider buying and selling. When new CFOs are appointed, like we saw with $NEOV, watch to see if they buy stock immediately. That's a major bullish signal. Final opportunity. Dollar cost average into your winners. If you like $ISPR or $NEOV long term, don't chase them at the highs. Wait for a 15 to 20% pullback and add then. That's how you build winning positions. The market always gives us another chance tomorrow. The key is being prepared. Every single day after market close, we break down the top gainers and losers so you never miss a major move. Whether it's a 30% rip or a 50% crater, we've got the catalysts, the key levels, and the opportunities all mapped out for you. If today's breakdown was helpful, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way, the moment we publish tomorrow's recap, you'll get alerted and you can stay ahead of the market. We're building something special here. A community of traders and investors who care about data, CATALYSTS, and price action. Not hype, not guessing, just facts. Tomorrow we'll cover a brand new set of movers, and I promise it'll be just as action-packed as today. I'll see you then. Let's make money together. Before you go, I want to remind you that we have detailed analysis, trading strategies, and educational content on our website. Head over to tdvw.com. That's tdvw.com. Where you can access our premium trading guides, watch lists, and real-time alert systems. We break down stocks just like we did today, but with even more detail. tdvw.com is your go-to resource for serious traders and investors who want the edge. Link is in the description. Also, drop a comment below and let me know which of today's movers caught your eye. Were you holding any of these stocks? Did you make money today or get stopped out? I read the comments and I want to hear your stories. That's what builds community. Thanks for watching. Let's get those gains tomorrow.